What's up? Hello there. This is Jacob Tucker, and welcome back to another Flow video, you idiots. In this video, we're going to be learning how to deploy contracts to a local Flow emulator. So, it's going to be a pretty short video just to get people up and running on the emulator and maybe even how to run a script. All right. So the first step, because we're going to be dealing with Flow stuff on our computer, is of course to install the Flow CLI here. So I'll leave a link to this in the description. Make sure you have the Flow CLI. I'll link it to this page actually. So if you have Mac, make sure to copy this line. If you have Linux, make sure to copy this line. And if you have Windows, make sure to copy this line. Okay. So because I'm on a Windows computer, I'm going to copy this line. I'm going to go to my PowerShell and paste it, and I'm going to click Enter. And it's going to say installing, this version. As you can see here, it doesn't take too long. It's pretty quick, and then you'll just type Flow version. If you type Flow version and a version and commit number comes up, then you are good to go. You should start celebrating that it's working. Okay. So once you have that done, what you're going to do is you're going to actually let's open this up in VS Code, or your code editor of choice. I'm going to open this up in VS Code by typing code space dot, and it's going to open up an empty directory. Okay. So the first thing you want to do is you actually want to type in flow init. Now, what this is going to do is it's going to create a flow JSON file inside of your project. Okay, so a flow JSON file. You're going to need this to deploy the contract. All right, so keep that in mind. Now let's make a folder called Cadence, and in here I'm just going to make a folder or a file called hello world.cdc, and I'm just going to make a public contract hello world. Now, if you notice, the Cadence VS Code extension is not working for me because I'm on Windows. Flow team, please fix, please, please fix the Cadence VS Code extension on Windows. It's so annoying. I don't know what just happened. That was someone else took over. But anyways, we're back to the tutorial. So as you can see, I have the Cadence VS Code extension installed, but it doesn't work for me because I'm on Windows. Woohoo! Cool. And it's been broken for about 2 years now. Woohoo! So anyways, you go to your contract. I'm going to type public greeting. I'm just going to make a very simple greeting here just so we can read it. And I'm going to init here and just say self.greeting equals hello world, just like that. Cool. So here's my contract, right? Pretty simple. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my flow.json, and in here, I'm going to fill out this contracts object to make sure that this flow.json file knows of this hello world.cdc contract. So I'm going to type in hello world, which is the name of the contract, and then the path to it. So the path is /cadence/hello world.cdc. Okay. So now it knows of it. Awesome. Then inside of deployments, what you're going to do is you're going to first type in the network you're on. So we're in Emulator right now, and the account we're deploying to is Emulator account. Now I'll explain this in a second. So, when we talk about like a network, there's Emulator, which is what we're deploying to right now. There's testnet, which is like the test version of the Flow blockchain, and then there's mainnet. So if you're deploying to testnet or mainnet, you would put testnet or mainnet here, but of course we're on Emulator. And I put emulator account here because that's what this is named right here. So it actually gives the Flow.json file actually gives you a default account, or like it's called a service account, to deploy your contracts to. So it'll be deployed to here. Okay. And then you open up an array, and inside the array you put the contracts you want to deploy. Now, quick note: the order of this array actually matters. So if you have a contract that imports another contract, make sure that the imported contract is first, right? So that it deploys and the next one can import it, right? So make sure the ordering is lined up here, all right? So I put that right here. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear this so we can see it, and I'm going to open up another terminal page, which I'm not really good with Windows yet. But so here's another. I'm going to put these, I guess, side by side. So this one, I'm just going to go back to this sort of file here, right, like that. And I'm going to start up the local emulator right here. So let me try and increase the size a little bit, actually, so you can all see it. I'll clear this again. So I'm going to do flow emulator start, and then I'm going to put this -v flag. This -v flag means that like it's going to give you like verbose output. So like when you deploy something, if there's an error, it'll give you the error. If you log something in a script, it'll give you the log here, right? So I'm going to start the emulator. Cool. Yep. Allow access, I guess. And so awesome. Now the emulator is started. So now I can go back to this other one and type in flow project deploy. Okay. And if you're on a different network, you can put like dash dash network equals like testnet or mainnet. But for emulator, you just type in flow project deploy, and it should say deploying one contracts for account emulator account. Hello world, boom, we deployed it to this account. All contracts deployed successfully. Yes, we did it. And so you can see the emulator over here like printed something saying, okay, it's done, right? We did it. Now back in this one, let's just run a quick script to make sure it worked. So we're going to read this greeting field right here. So what I'm going to do is type in flow scripts execute dot slash oh, I have to let me quickly write a script to do that. So I'm going to call it read greeting.cdc, and it's just going to be public function main. That's going to return a string and return hello world dot greeting. Now we should be able to, which is pretty cool. You can actually say import hello world from dot slash hello world, so you can use local file paths like this, and the your emulator will know it's looking at this contract because of you set up your flow JSON right here. Okay, so I at least I hope. Okay, so flow scripts execute dot slash cadence slash what did I call it, the file read greeting.cdc, and if we do that, then it should send a script, and apparently it's taking longer than expected. I don't really know why it's taking this long to do. Um, okay, so apparently I just had to restart the emulator and try again, and now it works totally fine. So if we run flow script execute dot slash cadence slash read greeting, then you can see it prints hello world, which is exactly what we set it to in the init function. So anyways, that is this video, and thanks for watching. Peace out.